Kingdom reached out to help others. This is a really fun part of what we do. The science says 75% or more of employees want to be involved in their company's giving and volunteer programs. Millennials who frequently volunteer are more likely to be proud, loyal, and satisfied. Millennials who participate in their company's volunteer activities are 2 times more likely to rate their corporate culture very positive. And by the way, millennials, I think at this point, 32 and under is what we call millennials. So they're kind of the younger generation of the workforce. Companies that connect the dots between talent and volunteerism will likely be rewarded with happier workers. And these last 3 bullets are from the Deloitte Volunteer Impact Survey. So caring for other people, caring for the community, caring for things outside and inside the company is going to make your employees happier. And as an individual, it's going to make you happier if you find a way to give. So as an individual, you can organize a charity experience. You can volunteer at a school, at a hospital, senior care facility, go out and plant trees, work with a local shelter. You can do this on your own. You can invite your teammates to do it. You can invite other people in the company. So as an individual, there are a lot of ways you can find to give from work. Our teams have organized things as simple as canned food drives. We had a lady who was very connected through family, personal experience to, I believe it was the prevention of, let's just call it abuse prevention. Anyway, so there were runs associated with that. There were donation opportunities, volunteer opportunities, and she organized teams and the company around helping abuse victims. And everybody got excited about it and helped with it. We had a great experience. When our company was smaller, we used to take people for Christmas. We would take them to a hotel, feed them a nice dinner. We'd have this great Christmas party, and everybody loved it. Well, one of the employees was connected to a lower income school, and she suggested we go and help them have a better Christmas, because a lot of these lower income kids weren't even getting gifts on Christmas and didn't necessarily believe Santa Claus would visit their house. So she organized a group of us to go out and do crafts with the kids, help them create Christmas tree decorations and ornaments, help them make scarves for themselves. We actually had a group of musicians within our company that came and played as a band. We obviously brought Santa Claus. So we spent a whole day helping out those kids. And what we found was the hotel and dinner and all the money we spent almost became irrelevant. People didn't even talk about that. What they were excited about was what they could do for these kids and what it was like to see these kids' faces as we were able to, give them a little bit happier Christmas. And so these kinds of things really make a difference for individuals. They really make a difference for the company, and hopefully they really make a difference for the people we're helping out. So plan an act of kindness for a colleague going through a challenging life change. So, don't just focus charity on the outside of the company. We want to help our teammates. We want to help the people inside our company. We want to show that we care about those people. We've had people with cancers. We've had people with deaths in the family. We've had people with other forms of tragedy. And being able to rally as a group and help them out is good for the organization. It's good for them, and it makes us all happier. Ask your human resources group if they'll match donations. A lot of companies will match a donation. If you make a donation to a charity, they'll match that, so that that's worth, as an individual, you go in and check in on that. Okay, so the Princesses created opportunities for team members to explore and leverage their strengths. And so Harzer and Rush found that employees who apply their signature strengths to their unique work circumstances experience greater job satisfaction, pleasure, engagement, and meaning. Strong connection between well-being and the use of signature strengths, because strengths help us make progress on our goals and meet our basic needs for independence. So knowing what your strengths are and utilizing your strengths, again, another key to happiness. And so how do you do that as an individual? How do you know what your strengths are? Well, the first is just identify, keep a written list. Think about it. What am I good at? What do I really like to do? What are my strengths? And write that down. The other thing is there's a website you can go to. It's down at the bottom of your screen right now, viacharacter.org. So if you go there, you can do a test and see what your strengths are. So it'll tell you what your strengths are. So help you with that list. There's one question that's come in about getting the presentation. You guys getting a copy of the presentation? I'll make that available probably by Monday. We'll have that out and available for you, as well as a copy of this whole webinar. We'll record this and make it available to you as well on pursuitofhappiness.org. So for those of you that want that. So, all right. So make a list of your strengths. Look for tasks and opportunities to apply them. So where can you apply those? What are some projects you can take on that apply those strengths? And then if you're leading a team, how can you understand what the strengths of your individual team members are and make sure each one utilizes those strengths? We talked before about employees that were good at qualitative versus quantitative, language versus numbers, and letting those guys switch out and use their strengths accordingly. And also develop those other areas too. So again, make a list of your strengths, understand the strengths of your team, and always try to utilize those strengths. We had in our organization what we called minors. And so everybody's doing their regular job, and your regular job's important, but you may have strengths that go outside of that. And so we would allow people to go out and explore those. For instance, if you're in accounting, you may have some interest in HR. So we would let people have these minors where they could go do work, say with interviewers or interviewees, interviewing candidates, or just helping in HR in general. And then the minors, we had so many minors and a lot of common minors that we actually turned those into tribes. So for instance, we had a lot of people who were really interested in mobile technology and what we were doing with mobile advertising. And so we actually got all those guys together to meet on a regular basis and talk about mobile. So all the people who mobile was a minor for them, they now became part of a tribe, which is well over 100 members now. And they meet every other week to talk about mobile technology and mobile advertising and how they can apply it to our company. Day in the life. Some people may want to explore their strengths. They may think they're interested in something and not know. So let them go and spend a day with somebody who is exercising those kinds of strengths. Again, if you look at the accounting person, they're interested in HR, but they're not sure if they can apply their strengths there. Let them go spend a day with HR. And again, if you're an individual, find a day or even a half day and just ask somebody if you can shadow them. Hey, can I watch what you do for a day? I think what you do is really interesting, and I'd like to learn more about it. In your reviews, one of the things reviews have become is telling people what they do wrong, and that's not really what a review should do. A review should help people be successful. If you want to be if you want your team to be happy, help them be successful. Tell them what they need to do to be successful. And so in your reviews, you could talk about people's strengths. What are your strengths? How can we work on your strengths? How can we develop your strengths? So again, that will help people be happier. And then understanding who are specialists and who are generalists. You've got some people in the company that are really good at being a mile wide and an inch deep. And then you've got other people in the company who are really good about being a mile deep and an inch wide. Figure out which jobs fit those people. How can they work together? You're going to have both types of people on your teams. How do you give the generalists the more general jobs and the specialists the more special jobs, and not make everybody be the same and do the same things? How do you leverage each of their strengths? All right. The princesses supported health and physical well-being. So researchers from the University of Bristol found that people who exercise on work days are happier, suffer less stress, and are more productive. Data from the U.S. General Social Survey revealed that healthy people are 20% happier than the average person. And research shows that physical exercise strengthens both the body and the brain. Exercise reduces stress and promotes the growth of new brain cells. So healthy people use their brains better and more often. And, I've talked here or given quotes here about, physical exercise, but it's not just physical exercise. It's eating right. It's getting enough sunshine. And it's not strenuous exercise. It's not being crazy. It's just taking walks and getting out, getting in the air and that kind of thing. So what have we done? We have softball teams, soccer teams, basketball teams. And again, these all start with individuals. Individuals who want to play soccer just ask their teammates if they want to play. And they form a team, and sometimes the company sponsors those teams. And we have a lot of fun with other people in the company going out to watch them play. So you probably get more people involved just by going to watch the teams play than actually play on the team. Group walking. We found this is really big of small groups, 3, 4, 5 people going out at lunch and walking and talking at the same time. It's a great way to get together. It's not necessarily strenuous exercise, but it gives you some outside time, gives you some exercise and activity. Fruits and vegetables delivered regularly. Again, an individual came to us and said, "Hey, man, I'd love it if we had fruits available every day." And so they checked into it. They found out how much it cost. They gave us all the information, and luckily, I was just able to hand them a credit card and say, "Hey, put it on the credit card and charge it on a monthly basis." And so they were able to set up something that everybody enjoyed and helped everybody be healthier. Biggest Loser contest has been a real fun thing for us, where we measure the percentage of weight people lose, and we do this across offices. And a New York office will compete with a Dallas office, and those kinds of things. And so those kinds of contests and competition build the relationships as well as helping everybody be healthier. Outdoor meetings and breaks. We put benches outside so that people could go outside and have meetings outside. We have several groups that will either go out and play hacky sack or throw a football around. Again, just taking a walk, kicking a soccer ball, throwing a frisbee. There's very active and less active things that different groups do based on kind of their interest level. But getting people outside for meetings, getting them to take breaks every now and then, again, make them healthier and happier. An easy one is the company-sponsored gym memberships. Again, this was started by an individual. The individual came to us and said, "Hey, I'd really love to be part of a gym. Is there any way we can negotiate as an organization?" And then they went and did that. They went and found the gym and did the negotiations, and then our HR team distributed the information. 5Ks and run for charities, and we've talked about this. We end up doing, I guess we do 3 or 4 different runs now, and we form teams, and we bring in our families. My kids often go and run with us on these teams. And so, it's a real easy way for people to get together and stay healthy.